Good morning. This will be my first proper, attempted proper edit and running video documentary, whatever you want to call it. Now, what I have is something that's quite rare. Now, you may think of it, well, it's just on first glance, it's just an old such and such. Well, you may be right. But there's more to this rifle that meets the eye. It's over here. Do you know what it is? To many, it's just the standard BSA short magazine Lee Enfield. And it is. However, this one's a little different. This one was commissioned in 1920. Only 10,000 of this kind were ever made, and many were destroyed. I don't know if you can see that. It has a tiger on it. This is a wild tiger core SMLE from Siam. And I have a bit of a script here with some information written down. This will be the history part of it all. King Rama, born on the 1st of January 1881 in Bangkok, Siam, which is now modern day Thailand. He died November the 26th, 1925. He was king from 1910 to 1925. King Rama was educated at the University of Oxford, where he read history and law and also received military training at Sandhurst, and briefly served with the British Army. He had been named heir apparent in 1895 and returned to Siam in 1903. Took over from his father, Chulalongkorn, in 1910. It was at Sandhurst where he most likely had first contact with the already well-known SMLE Mark III. It is unknown if it was a Mark III or a Mark III Star. It was probably just a standard issue service rifle that had nothing really important, but he must have liked it because he ordered 10,000 of his own. The Wild Tiger Corps was a national paramilitary founded in Thailand in 1911 by King Rama, inspired by the volunteer force. The unit was intended to maintain civil order as well as providing the king with a personal bodyguard. The corps was meant to be a nationwide paramilitary corps, answerable only to the king. At first a ceremonial guard, it became a military force of 4,000 within its first year. The corps eventually rivaled the army in strength and the civil service in influence. The king even went so far as appointing some to high ranks in the army and nobility. Army officers were not allowed to join the organization. They saw the new appointments and the corps as a threat to the honor of the army, combined with the king's spending on new palaces and attention on dramatic productions. The kingdom was deeply in debt and was in danger of financial collapse. The dissatisfaction partly led to the Palace Revolt of 1912. The movement was quietly disbanded after the death of King Rama in 1925. Now then, only 10,000 rifles of this kind were ever made, and in the following years many would be lost. In the heat of the jungles, the wood would rot, the metal would rust, and the leather deteriorate to such a stage that they would be unusable. When the Japanese pillaged their way through Southeast Asia, many rifles were captured and destroyed. They saw a hard life, and to find one in original condition is very rare. And the chap I bought this off, he had owned it just about 20 years and he had never used it, ever. So it hasn't had a shot in over 20 years. And my intention today would be to just put a few target shots downrange. It looked pretty good. I see no reason why it shouldn't work. The head spacing doesn't seem to be an issue. The only concern I would have is the wood being a little bit on the old side. If this was quite loose, I had to tighten that up by putting in a shim of leather. One thing I do find a little concerning, I'll be using 174 grain FMJ, is the neck, the crown, maybe a little bit on the wide side. But you have to remember, these are 100-year-old rifles. They've seen some shit, and they're going to be a little on the worn out side of it all. But I mean, that's not to say you shouldn't shoot it. Oops, sorry. Rifling is, well, you can still see it. Yeah. Anyway, these are getting to be pretty rare. BSA, otherwise known as Birmingham Small Arms, got the contract to produce the rifles. These rifles are perhaps of a higher quality compared to the standard SMLE, reason being that as it was a small batch, time could be taken and a higher quality of workmanship achieved. Apart from a few markings in English, most of the stamping is in Siamese, and the crest is of a tiger. There is not much written down about these, however, they are a fantastic bit of military history. The translation on the, I don't know what you call that bit, but that bit says, King Rama 6 pattern 1920 dated. I'm not gonna sporterize this, I'm not gonna put scope, I'm not gonna put fucking stupid shit on it. Reason being is it's all original. I've already got 2 bubbered SMLEs that I didn't do. I've got a 1917 BSA and a 1941 or 42 lift gun. So I'm just gonna keep her as this, and just keep hold of her and maybe as an investment. I mean, people were saying 50 years ago these were $50–60 in the shop. Now for a rifle like this, you'll be paying a little bit higher than $50. So maybe in 20–30 years time, when it's 125, 150 year old, might be worth a bit more. We'll see. I also have the opportunity to get a Wild Tiger Core bayonet, a proper bayonet for this. Now it isn't a matching bayonet, however it is a proper Tiger Core bayonet, and I'll insert a picture of a similar one. Only hassle is it is missing its, well, the handguards are there, but it doesn't have the screws for the handguards, but it has a metal scabbard. Funny story is, in the jungles, with standard leather, this is just a repro, standard leather scabbard would just rot, so they had to make them out of steel. Even though this is just a cheap and cheerful repro from the UK, repro bayonet, it still fixes, and it doesn't rattle around too much. although it does make it very front heavy. You can feel that. And if you just take it off, that feels a lot more comfortable. So yeah. I am currently in New Zealand, and a lot of our military surplus rifles, Mausers, Mosins, Enfields, Springfields, whatever you got going, a lot of them have all been sporterized. So what that means is normally just after the rear sight, about here, the wood is chopped down, all the wood and attachments off the end are removed, the sling swivel drilled in here, and they're used as hunting guns, bush guns. To find a fully wooded SMLE to start off with is difficult. However, finding one of these Siamese contracts would be nigh on impossible. Because when the Japs rolled through, they burnt, tortured, destroyed everything. And what they caught either got melted down or thrown in the river. So finding anything, pretty lucky. Show a few SWAT eyes of the rifle. Very black wood. The sling isn't original, the fella threw that in. And those on the back are, I think, Arsenal marks. The thing wasn't stamped. The safety does engage. Half cock also engages. The rear sight still works, sighted up to 2,000 yards. Yeah, she's as original as you're probably going to get, with a lot more history and a lot more story behind it. Yeah. So now I'm going to pick some targets down to the range and see how she does. Hope you enjoyed this bit of a history chat. See you later. Alrighty, we're at the range after a slight hiccup. I've got some targets set up downrange. Old barbecue lead spray painted orange. I've got 3 milk jugs out there. I'm going to get a few different camera angles. This will be the first time this rifle's probably ever shot in over 20 years. Hopefully it doesn't blow up. do have strippers in my model 1905 bandolier. out of ammo. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Grass is starting to pile up now. I think I lost a shell or two. But nah, not bad. I'm going to go down there and set up another camera angle. I know you guys wanted to see me hit those bottles, so did I. But with the sights being off, running low on ammunition, I don't want to waste too much. So we're going to go in with the bayonet. On guard! This one's still moving. Well, I had fun. I hope you did too. Well, I hope you enjoyed the videos. We did have a slight hiccup a little earlier, getting down to the range, but it was all sorted, all fixed up. Yeah. This wasn't the plan to happen when going to the range. This is what happens when ditches are left to go green and you cannot tell where things are. Yeah, she's yes. Bit bougard. I'd like to make a quick shout out to my very good friend Gregory Ebbs. I sent him some photos, and his mother Jan. Hello Jan. Jan's from Thailand, and she was able to translate the markings for me. If anybody is actually interested, Greg, he is a bit of an antique dealer. He mainly deals with the small Victoria small wars, so like the Boer War, the Zulu War and such like that. Uniforms, he knows his stuff. Yeah, so if you need anything, hit him up. He might be able to help you with getting hold of some things, or helping you value and age certain things. So yeah, Greg, thank you. And to the fellow who I bought this off, I haven't got your name written down at the moment, but I will. But thank you so much, because this rifle is awesome. I mean, she's a little worn out, but she's a piece of British history, colonial history, and Thai history. So yeah, I hope you chaps enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making it. I had a bit of a hiccup before. I thought I didn't have the right back panel on, and I thought, oh no, it's ruined, because I could barely hear it. I left the earphones in the computer, and that's why it was so quiet. That's all good. We got that sorted. Now we have to do the fun bit of editing, which will take some time. But hopefully this will be ready. This video will be ready by tonight or tomorrow. Whatever happens. Yeah, I hope this has been some use to you. I'm not a historian whatsoever. I'm not a professional. I'm just doing this for myself and to help you fellas learn a bit of history. Yeah. Please excuse my set. This is a woodshed. They've got a couple of boxes and lawnmowers and firewood, but you do the best of what you've got. So yeah, if you have any questions, please ask, comment below. I'll try and help you out as best you can. Chaps, talk in the comments, explain, communicate. Just keep it friendly, because I don't like it when people start saying, "Oh." If you do that, back off, because you're just an asshole. But yeah, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed making it, shooting it, and doing all that. So yeah, hope you have a good Christmas. Hope Father Christmas brings you everything you want. Yeah, see you later.